Let's start. Today we will see how to implement Google Sign-in in Java Android. First, go to the firebase.google.com website. On the home page, either click Go to Console button, or click the Get Started button. Once you land on this project's page, click the Add Project button. Here you are supposed to enter some project name that will be created on this console, so make sure that your Android project and this console project have relevant names. I will name this Google Sign-in Demo. Then check this box, and click Continue. Once you land on this page, scroll down. Click Continue. Select the default account for the Firebase option from this drop-down list, and click Create the project. This will create a project on this Firebase console. Click Continue when the project is ready. This is the dashboard page. You can see our app name is mentioned here. Now, in this Get Started section, click the Android icon. Here we will add Firebase to our recently created app on this console. Type the package name that you have used or will use in your Android project. And also, specify some nickname. Now, we need an SHA-1 key for our Android project. Hover on this question mark here, it tells us where and how can we get an SHA-1 key. Click the See This Page link. You will land on this Google Play Services page. Here you will find various ways of finding the SHA-1 key of your app. Scroll down until you find this section. Copy this line. Go to the Android Studio. Click the Terminal option. Paste the copied text over here. Now press Ctrl and Enter. This will generate a sign-in report inside this Run panel. Scroll up, and you will find your app's SHA-1 key like this. Copy this. And paste the SHA-1 key over here. Click Register App. Once the app is registered, download this Google Services JSON file. This screenshot tells us to select the project section in the Android Studio and put this file in the app folder. As you can see, I have copy-pasted this file here. Then click Next. We need to add these Gradle dependencies to our Gradle files. That we will do later. Click Next. Click Continue to Console. As you can see, Firebase is configured in our app, and it is listed here. Click the Authentication button. Click the Setup Sign-in Method button. These are the various sign-in methods that the Firebase provides. Click the Google button. Click the Enable button. It will give some name to our project. Select your email ID from this list. Click Save. You will see that the Google Sign-in provider is now enabled. Click the Google button. Click this Web SDK configuration list. Here you will find a Web Client ID and a Web Client secret. We need this Web Client ID, copy this somewhere as of now. Click the Authentication button until you see the Get Started option over here. Click the Get Started option. This will open the Firebase documentation. Click the Authentication option. Click Android. Click Google. Here you can see the step-by-step guide on how to program the Google Sign-in inside an Android app. We will do this part in the Android Studio. Let's see the project structure. In the app-level build.gradle file, write this plugin. Integrate these dependencies. At the project-level build.gradle file, write the class path for the Google services. In the manifest file, write the internet permission. In the strings.xml file, we have mentioned that Web Client ID in a string. Here we have the main activity, a Google Sign-in Manager class. And in the UI, we activity_main.xml file, which is the layout of the main activity. Let's see the UI. Here we have a text view to display the Google profile data, a Google Sign-in button, a Sign Out button, and a Get Profile Information button. Let's see the code. The constraint layout is the root layout. This is the text view. This is the Google sign-in button. This is the sign out button. This is the get profile information button. These are the imports. This is the Google sign-in manager class. These are the data members. First, we implement the singleton object creation pattern, so that only a single object of this class would be present throughout the app lifecycle. This is the setup sign-in options function. Here we have used that web client ID. This function checks if the user is already signed in or not. This is the sign-in function. This is the sign-out function. This is the get profile information function. This function handles the sign-in result by calling the Firebase auth with the Google function. This function handles and checks if the authentication is successful or not. These are the imports. This is the main activity. These are the data members. In the onCreate function, we set up the manager class and the sign-in options. When the sign-in button is clicked, we call the sign-in function. When the get profile information button is clicked, we capture the user data like name, email ID, photo, etc., and show them in the text view. When the sign out button is clicked, we sign out like this, and also erase the data in the text view. In the onStart function, we check if the user is already signed in or not. The onActivityResult function is the first step while handling the results, which then calls the handle sign-in result function. Let's run the app. So that's it. That's how you can implement the Google sign-in functionality in Java Android. Thank you.